Welcome to the Sage Thought Leadership Podcast, transforming the way people think and work so their organizations can thrive.
Well, hi, everyone, and welcome to our podcast. I'm Ed Kless, and with me today is Ramon Ray. Ramon is an entrepreneur who is passionate about small business success. He's started 5 companies and sold 2 of them, and is the author of several books, including Celebrity CEO. Ramon has testified to the United States Congress, graduated from the FBI Citizen Academy, spoken at the White House, interviewed President Obama, and was with Ivanka Trump at the Global Entrepreneurial Summit in India. Welcome to the Sage Thought Leadership Podcast, Ramon Ray.
Hey, Ed, it's good to be here, man. And you have one of those voices that make me sound like it's a real podcast. You have an excellent voice. Thanks for having me here today. It's good to serve the Sage community. What's up, man?
Well, we are happy to have you on. So the first question I ask all my guests is, why do you do what you do, Ramon?
Yeah, besides providing for my family and the community I live in and generational wealth, which is important to me, I really love helping people succeed. So, Ed, I think really that's, for a long time, I've been an entrepreneur for 20 plus years. And I think that seeing people fail and fail and fail, I'm like, well, I like to blog. I like to write. I speak half decent. How can I unpack some of the things I've done and do a business out of it? So that's really why I do what I do. I love helping people, but I don't really want to be a consultant, but I like talking and producing content, things like that. That's why I do what I do.
And why is it important to build a personal brand, even if you work for a larger company?
Yeah, and that's something that many people, I think, struggle with. Let's say a company like Sage. Sage has executives that are passionate about building the Sage brand. But on the other hand, these executives, I would dare say those listening, and the other parts of the Sage community, focus on your personal brand. So why to do that? I think the personal brand, as it grows, can be an asset to the corporate brand. And the corporate brand, as it grows, can be an asset to your personal brand. So both can help each other. And I think at the end of the day, Ed, is that, remember, logos don't shake hands. Business cards don't shake hands. Brands don't shake hands. It's Ed Ramon. It's people who shake hands and like each other who work for the brand. So if you build your personal brand, you help yourself professionally, but you also help the corporate brand. Did that make any sense? Sometimes when I speak, I wonder, do I make sense?
It sure does. It sure does. And I oftentimes think of it this way. It's sort of like back in the old days when record labels would sign artists. It was the notion of, Columbia signed Springsteen or whatever. Mm-hmm. So exactly. Same kind of deal. So how do you go about doing it? What are some things that people can get started on with building their personal brand?
Yeah, a few things I can think of. I think one, let's just take it very transactionally. People ask me that between the tools, which I shouldn't jump to, but I will, TikTok and Instagram and all these things. I find that for the basic corporate executive, especially, LinkedIn is so powerful. And Ed, so many people are underusing it. Everybody listening to us is smart about something. As you think of that, or you scrolling through your feed, the news of the day, here's the secret. Here goes. Just comment on it. XYZ company today got bought. XYZ company today hired people. XYZ company today raised their prices, went out of business. Comment on that stuff to your tribe. That's probably the best way to start, because he or she who posts often, intelligently, and engagingly, is that the word? They will start to build their personal brand. I could go on for 40,000 minutes, but offline, I know that'd probably be a bit too long. But if you do those things, you'll rock your personal brand.
I think that's really important. I think so many people, especially on LinkedIn, I see will just share a post and not make any comment about it, which I don't quite understand. Ask a question about what do you think of this?
Yeah. And to underline that, Ed, that is the key. I mean, there's a lot of things we can talk about today, but I think that one key, just to re-underline what you said, it's the commenting on it. Don't just hit post. You're busy and share. I think people do share automatically. Hey, this is Ed. Just want to say, did you notice how XYZ company, they hired 40,000 more people? I wonder if they're thinking about culture training. Oh, wow. Sorry that these 20 people were let go of this startup. Maybe they can, that kind of thing. You do that over time, you'll build your personal brand and be known in your space more.
And other than LinkedIn, where do you think people are going today?
Oh, sure. And I would say, other than LinkedIn, use that same principle overall. And I'll give some bullet points for beyond just LinkedIn and social. Write a book, do your own podcast, leverage the power of video, get out there in the community and share. And also, listen, corporate executives may not want to do this, but have your own little personal vanity domain or area. Most of the time, hey, just go to corporate page, website. But feel free to say, go to a RamonRay.com, or Ed, your own personal space that still amplifies the corporate brand, still amplifies it, but let people know I'm human, I'm a guy, I'm a gal. I'm accessible. Maybe that's another word to bring across. I'm accessible.
And be authentic. I think that's an important one. I do see a lot of people who are try to do a special personality for this. And I'm like, that's not who you are. Why are you doing that?
Correct. Exactly. And I think that's very important. And again, now, Ed, if they're not as engaging as maybe Ed or Ramon are, that's what to do. You can still do things, but you're right. Don't try to be whatever the business visionary you're thinking of. Oh, I want to be just like them, and Elon or whatever it is. Be you. If your video's not your thing and you're not animated and engaging, that's okay. You have knowledge, or you wouldn't be the executive, the founder, the startup, the business owner you are today. You wouldn't be hearing this podcast. So clearly there's something inside you that people want. Unleash it.
And tell us a little bit about your website, Smart Hustle, that we'll post in the show notes, but tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Smart Hustle is designed to do one thing, which I'm going to say in a long way, but it's designed to inspire and educate small business owners to start and grow successful businesses. So every day they're at, whether it's through YouTube videos or online or blogs, we're focused on the smallest of small businesses to help uplift them and help them grow. And people can check it out every minute, smarthustle.com.
All right. And we have an exit question, Ramon, that we ask all of our guests, and that is, who is a hero of yours and why are they a hero?
Yeah. One hero of mine is Yakov Yurinsky, who's just a great business owner in New York City, who spent time with me when I got fired from the United Nations and helped to encourage me and uplift me when I was going through some tough times. Another one, if I can squeeze in two, is Mr. T. Dambaranathan. I like to uplift him. He passed away many years ago. He's an older man, but he would always tell me, Ramon, in his Indian accent, I say it in honor. In honor, I say to him, Ramon, slow down. You're angry, Ramon. Slow down before you write the email. So he taught me about life.
Outstanding. And lastly, how can somebody contact you?
Yeah, best way is if you want to reach out to me, and it's RamonRay.com, and I'm Ed's agent. So all of you who love Ed's voice, go to RamonRay.com and ask me how to reach Ed. RamonRay.com.
All right. RamonRay.com and Ramon Ray. Thanks so much for being a guest on the Sage Thought Leadership Podcast.
Review and subscribe by searching your podcast player of choice for Sage Thought Leadership Podcast.